Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. So today we are doing my February roundup where we take a look at all of the empties that I managed to accumulate during the month of February, as well as everything that entered my collection. We actually have a fair number of empties here. We're just gonna get straight into it. You're gonna hear my kid yelling through this whole video. That's just the life I'm leading right now. So I apologize. We're just gonna have to deal with it. All right, so the first empty that I have here is my Style Pro Makeup Brush Cleanser. This is kind of an oily cleanser. It is not something that I like to use on my eyeshadow brushes or anything that primarily deals with powder. It is really, really good for cleaning brushes that have any cream products in the bristles. I usually use this kind of as a double cleanse for those types of brushes. So any face brushes that have any liquids or creams in them, I will go in with this one first to get the majority of the product out, and then I will follow it up with more of a soapy foaming cleanser just to get any residue out of here. It took me 3 million years to finish this up, but we're finally done. I probably will pick up another one just because I do find it really effective, especially for those brushes that I'm using cream bronzers or cream blushes with that can have that really emollient formula that's hard to get out of the bristles. This is great for that. I also went through a bottle of shampoo. This is my Garnier Fructis Pure Clean Silicone-Free Purifying Shampoo. This is the clarifying shampoo I prefer to use. With my shorter hair, I tend to use a lot more product in my hair more frequently, and so I feel the need to use one of these every once in a while just to strip everything out and start over. I have not yet repurchased this one, but I find it pretty effective and it's cheap, so I probably will. I also finished my Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. This is my favorite wintertime sunscreen. The climate I'm in is quite dry, and during the winter it is even drier. This is really nice and hydrating. It doesn't sting my eyes. It plays really well underneath makeup. I really, really enjoy this. I was in a little bit of a rush to finish this up because it is about to expire. It expires next month, but we got it done. And yes, I probably will repurchase this, though probably not until next winter. I have some other sunscreens that I prefer to wear in the warmer weather, and so I'm probably gonna switch to those fairly soon, and I will pick up another tube of this next fall. A few different makeup items. This is my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick in the shade 1.25 Cool Ivory. This was rolled into my 50 Shades of Brown project pan, and we finally got her done. I do find this one to be a little bit too rich and emollient on the skin, even for me during the wintertime, but it is a really, really nice foundation stick. This is one of those cream foundations that you can apply a really light layer and it will just disappear into your skin. It will look like you're not wearing any makeup at all. I don't think I would repurchase this simply because I don't think the formula is right for my skin type, but it is a really, really beautiful foundation if you have drier skin than I do and are looking for something a little bit creamier and more dewy than I am looking for. I have an eyeliner that I have finished. This is a spoiler for my 50 Shades of Brown project pan. This is my NYX Brown Liner that I have finally completed. This was in my 24 and 24 last year. She has done so. Glad to have finally worked through that one. I also have my Milani Shoop lip liner that is also rolled into my 50 Shades of Brown project pan. She's done as well. This is a really, really nice brown liner. It came in a duo with a Shoop lipstick that I have also really been enjoying. Yeah, I'm kind of sad to see this one go. I also finished a brow product. It's a little micro pencil from the brand Langmani. It's something that I pick up off of Amazon for just a couple of bucks per pencil. I think this is in the soft gray shade is what this is, because I have another one that is in the black shade. That one gives me a little bit more of a full-on brow than this one does. I prefer a pencil liner that has zero warmth in it, so soft black or gray is usually what I'm reaching for, but I do think I like the gray version of this one a little bit better. As soon as I finished it, my son grabbed it and broke the little tip off of it, but there's no more product in it. It is completely done. Will I repurchase? I don't know, maybe. It is a nice pencil. It is a nice pencil, and it is a very cheap pencil. And I appreciate both of those things. My only qualm with this one is this is a very, very fine micro thin pencil, and it is kind of a drier, waxier formula, which I really like because I'm using such a dark shade in my brow. I don't want something that comes off with a lot of pigment all at once because I will definitely end up with a Sharpie brow. This one is also fine enough that you can actually draw on hair strokes if you would like to, although I usually use my NYX Lift and Snatch eyebrow pen for that. My only problem with this is because it is so waxy and it is so fine, the product tends to break in the barrel. And so toward the end of its lifespan, you have the product trying to slide out of the tube entirely. I actually caught it a couple of times. The way you're using this double-ended brush is you'll apply and then you flip it around to use the spoolie, right? Well, if the product has broken off inside the barrel, as soon as you flip it around to use the spoolie, the product will fall out the other end. So that was kind of a pain. I don't know though. The product performance itself was quite good. I enjoyed it. The price cannot be beat. So I don't know. I may pick up another one. We'll see. Two more things here. I finished up this little mini size of the Benefit Fan Fest mascara. I really liked this one. At the end of last year, I picked up one of those little sample packages of mini mascaras from Sephora. It came with a voucher so that once I'm done with all of the samples, I can redeem that voucher for a full size of any one of them. And at this point, I still have a couple more mascaras to get through. But at this point, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one because I just really like this mascara. I'm not surprised though. I pretty much liked every mascara Benefit has ever put out. I think the Roller Lash is probably my favorite, but this one is probably a close second. Last, I have my little travel size bottle of the Angel Share perfume by Killian. This is just such a warm, cozy scent. It's a lot spicier and more heavy than the scents I tend to gravitate towards. I'm more of a sweet and fresh type of scent wearer, which is the opposite of what this is. This is very spicy, very boozy. But during the wintertime, I find this such a cozy scent. So I rolled this into my Deck of Panning Project pan to finish, and we got it done. If the full-size bottle didn't cost like $1 zillion, I would consider purchasing it. But I do have a couple of little samples floating around here somewhere, so I might have to save those for next winter when I want to pull it out again. I don't know. At some point in the future, I may pick up a full-size bottle of this. Right now, that price tag is just a little bit too much for me. And those are all of my empties for the month of February. That was actually a fair amount of products. It's an unusual amount of products. So for purchases, I only have a couple things to share with you. I was pretty good this last month. I did pretty well with my beauty expenditures. So in January, I picked up this little Flower Beauty scribble stick in the shade Caramel. I have really enjoyed this kind of as a bronzer situation on the cheeks and the forehead. Kind of contouring, kind of not contouring. It adds a little shape to the face. It's really easy to use. You can use on your eyes, on your lips. I have used it and enjoyed it for all of those purposes. So I went back and I bought two more. I bought this one in Espresso, which is significantly darker, and I've been using this on my eyes and also to kind of deepen up and cool off this shade in some key areas so I can get more of a proper contour. But my favorite way to use this is on the lash line and then just smudge it out with a finger. It's a really quick, easy, very natural looking daytime smoky eye. Then I also picked up the shade Bittersweet, which has a little bit more of a red base. I can wear this one on the eyes, but I prefer it on the cheeks and on the lips. It is actually pretty unusual for me to run into a product that is advertised for cheeks and lips where I have enjoyed it equally on both. That's pretty unusual. Generally speaking, if it sets down enough on the cheeks, it's uncomfortable on the lips. I don't know how Flower Beauty managed it, but this is just, it's the perfect consistency for both. I have enjoyed all of these. Sometimes I'll just do a full face of these and leave it at that. And it's a really quick, easy, natural looking face. Really have enjoyed these little scribble sticks. I also picked up the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation in the shade 13 Light Medium Cool Olive. I've only used this a few times. I've really enjoyed it. I have discovered, I have a short up where I showed my first full application of this, and I've continued to use it. I have learned that I prefer to use this with a sponge. I feel like it just doesn't, the formula doesn't have enough spread. I feel like when I'm using a brush with this foundation, I end up getting the majority of the product all in one place on my face, and then it sets down and it won't move. So for me, at least, the sponge is definitely the way to go with this one, and that helps me get a much thinner, more even application over the skin. It looks very natural on my skin. It wears a long time. I'm curious to see how this is going to play on my skin once we move into warmer weather and my oil production starts to ramp up a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how this holds up. And that is it. Those are all my empties and all of the products that entered my collection during the month of February. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.